Good morning, everybody. I'm 흥ᵅርከᶨżᵱ. Today, in this session, we discuss regarding chemistry in 10th standard, chapter 1st, chemical reactions and equations. The process in which new substances with new properties are formed from one or more substances is called chemical reaction. Example for chemical reaction is as digestion of food, respiration, rusting of iron, burning of magnesium ribbon, formation of curd, evidence of a chemical change in state, change in color, change in temperature, evolution of gas. Representing ways of a chemical reaction, one is word equation. Zinc plus sulfuric acid gives rise to zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Another one is chemical equations. Zn plus H2SO4 gives rise to ZnSO4 plus H2. What and all we have to mention along with chemical equation? The necessary conditions such as temperature, pressure or any catalyst, and mention about the physical state. One example, 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives rise to C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. Balancing chemical equation. Magnesium burns with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Why we balance chemical equation? Because the number of atoms of each element remains the same before and after a chemical reaction. Why it has to be same? Because of law of conservation of mass. Mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. Steps wise balancing a chemical equation. Hit and trial. First step, write a chemical equation and draw boxes around each formula. One example, iron reacts with water to form ferric oxide plus hydrogen. Do not change anything inside the box. Step 2. Count the number of atoms of each element on both the sides of chemical equation. Number of atoms at reactant side and product side. Iron is 1, 3, hydrogen is 2, 2, oxygen 1 and 4. Step 4. Try to equalize all the atoms of elements on reactant and product side by adding coefficient in front of it. 3Fe plus 4H2O gives rise to Fe3O4 plus 4H2. Step 5. Write the physical states of reactants and products. 3Fe solid plus 4H2O gaseous, Fe3O4 solid plus 4H2 gas. Step 6. Write necessary conditions of temperature, pressure or catalyst on arrow above or below. Example: CO gas plus 2H2 gas, 340 atmospheric pressure, CH3OH liquid. Another one, 6CO2 aqueous plus 12H2O liquid in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to form glucose plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. Types of chemical reaction. Number 1. Combination reaction. The reaction in which two or more reactants combines to form a single product. Example for combination reaction: burning of coal. C plus O2 gives rise to CO2. Formation of water. H2 plus O2 gives rise to 2H2O. Calcium oxide reacts with water to form calcium hydroxide. Exothermic reactions are chemical combination reactions. Reaction in which heat is released along with formation of products. Burning of natural gas. CH4 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus 2H2O. Respiration is also an exothermic reaction. C6H12O6 plus 6O2 gives rise to 6CO2 plus 6H2O. The decomposition of vegetable matter into compost. Second type of chemical reaction, decomposition reaction. The reaction in which a compound splits into two or more substances. Thermal decomposition. When decomposition is carried out by heating. Example for thermal decomposition: ferrous sulfate. Burning with fire to form Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. The green color ferrous sulfate turns into dead brown color ferric oxide. Calcium carbonate burns with A to form calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Lead nitrate, when heating to convert lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. Electrolytic decomposition. When decomposition is carried out by passing electricity, it is called electrolytic decomposition. Example: water can split into hydrogen and oxygen in the electric furnace. The volume of the gas collected the same in both test tubes. Which gas is present in each test tube? Photolytic decomposition is when decomposition is carried out in the presence of sunlight. Silver chloride split into silver and chlorine. Silver bromide is split into silver and bromine. These reactions are used in black and white photography. Decomposition reactions require energy either in the form of heat, light, electricity for breaking down the reactants. Endothermic reactions, the reactions which require energy in the form of heat, light or electricity to break reactants are called endothermic reactions. The next type of chemical reaction is displacement reaction. The chemical reaction in which more reactive element displaces less reactive element from its salt solution. Example, iron reacts with copper sulfate to form ferric sulfate plus copper. The iron nail becomes brownish in color by deposition of copper, and blue color of copper sulfate changes into dirty green color due to formation of ferrous sulfate. Other examples of displacement reaction: zinc reacts with copper sulfate to form zinc sulfate plus copper. Lead reacts with cupric chloride to form lead chloride plus copper. Why zinc and plumbum are replacing copper in these reactions? Because zinc and lead are more reactive than copper. The next type of chemical reaction is double displacement reaction, a reaction in which new compounds are formed by mutual exchange of ions between two compounds. Such type of displacement reaction occurs only in ionic compounds. Example for double displacement reaction: sodium sulfate reacts with aqueous barium chloride to form barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. White precipitate of barium sulfate is formed, so it is also called precipitation reaction. Now we can study regarding about oxidation and reduction reactions. The definition of oxidation reaction is the addition of oxygen to substance, where the reduction is the addition of hydrogen to the substance. The removal of hydrogen from a substance is oxidation. The removal of oxygen from a substance is called reduction. Example for oxidation reaction is C plus O2 gives rise to CO2, Cu plus O2 gives rise to CuO, CuO plus H2 gives rise to Cu plus H2O. Example for reduction is hydrogen reacts with bromine to form hydrogen bromide. Redox reactions. We can see in cupric oxide reacts with hydrogen to form copper plus H2O. Both oxidation and reduction reactions occurs. Other examples of redox reactions are zinc oxide reacts with carbon to form zinc plus carbon monoxide. Manganese oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid to form manganese chloride plus water plus chlorine. Here, zinc oxide is reduced to zinc, manganese oxide is reduced to manganese chloride, coke is oxidized to carbon monoxide, Hydrochloric acid is oxidized to chlorine. Effects of oxidation in daily life. Corrosion. When a metal is exposed to substances such as moisture, acid, etc. for some time, a layer of hydrated oxide is formed which weakens the metal and hence metal is said to be corroded. Examples of corrosion: rusting of iron, black coating on silver, green coating on copper. How to prevention of corrosion? Corrosion can be prevented by galvanization, electroplating or painting. Rancidity. The oxidation of fats and oils when exposed to air is known as rancidity. It leads to bad smell and bad taste of food. Methods to prevent rancidity as by adding antioxidants, keeping food in airtight containers, replacing air by nitrogen, refrigeration. Thank you once again for participating to study this unit.